We got ourselves a team with Carry going to be first up, and it's going to be going up against the Shadow Priest immediately. Has himself Reflect and Shure. I have no idea how to say Shuri. Let's call him Shuri, man. I could go Shuri. I could do Shuri. Let's call him Shuri. Some of your names are so difficult to pronounce. Shuri gonna be out versus Carry, trying to make sure he doesn't reflect any of these Shadow Priest abilities back at Carry, back at himself. Stun! Oh, that's what I was talking about. Getting the stun, reflected back at shit. Not great. Does get a juke at Carry. Big juke. Does give himself a bit of that precognition. Faster casting, immune to CC. If you end up juking somebody on a kick, oh, you're rewarded as a caster. It is a very interesting PvP talent that's actually kind of valuable. Trying again to see if you can juke out. Oh, Carry though, what was that? I guess actually the priest was out of disperse, was out of all the defenses. That felt like it was a pretty big execute. The man went from like 22% health. Oh, yet another stun reflected. This man's reflects are on point tonight as Carry absolutely blasted these boys back into the Stone Ages, crushing him down to dust. So far, Shadow Priest has been manageable. Can he fight through Pally though? Stun onto Pally with a Blaze Storm to follow in case there's going to be a stun out of Cobb. Cobb just trying to see if he can blast him out. Got him to the popcorn. He's ready for what's going to come next. But at some point decided, you know what? I actually can't catch up. What? It's already Biddy. Biddy running out. He's like, stay out of this. Don't come any closer. I'm going to unleash everything I got. You better back up out of here. Spirit to follow. Maybe in a bit of trouble. Cobb could be in a bad situation. Got himself shield defense. Carry just fighting through the shield. He doesn't care. Trouble to follow. Maybe a bubble play right here. Maybe in the bubble strat. Cobb trying to see if he can back up out of the Carry, slowed down by that hand of hindrance. And Carry able to recover a lot of health very, very quickly. Big Blaze Storm to follow. Maybe Bubble. Does go for Bubble. Shatter. He does play Shatter. Carry has to play defensive. He has to run. He can't heal. Shatter. Try to see if he can load it up. Maybe Leap. Does he have a Leap? He does have a Leap, but it's not quite the angle. He can't really connect with that Leap. He still has to walk through the Consecration, which I think also slows him down by a little bit, doesn't it? Carry out in the open. Spirit to follow. Cobb may be in trouble. Lay on hands. He is denying himself from a blessing of protection. May be in trouble. I think that may actually just end on you right now. Shield defense. Carry doesn't care for that thing at all. It's going to be Cobb using the big pillar down the middle. Leap around the corner. Charge. Trying to see if he can reconnect. Maybe one more hit. One more execute is all he needs. One execute him through. But a hand of healing. Hand of Word of Glory does end up healing you. Healing hands do heal you. Stormbolt under Cobb. Does have a stun for Carry. Carry starting to take a little bit of chipping damage. This man's starting to get chipped away a little bit, actually. Maybe pretty bad for him. Cobb, at this point, should have Blessing of Protection back up. Stun to Carry. Is this enough? Can he make something happen here? He got himself a bit of damage. I don't know if that's enough, though. Carry's still a little bit of health. He just got like 2 health. Good enough. I get back in there. But looks like Carry's actually going to go for full reset. I think Cobb may have cooldowns coming back up. Final wreck, trying to see if he can pressure Carry. Carry with the reflect in case there's maybe a Hammer of Justice coming down. It's going to leap away from the Paladin, knowing there's going to be a lot of output here. Maybe waiting until the parry's back up. He does have a trinket. Will not be able to use it for a bit, though. No, he does get to use it, apparently. Never mind. The time is out. I was looking at his human racial, and that was still on cooldown. Gonna be a Cobb. Taking a lot of damage back-to-back executes. No more protection. Oh, and Carry does take him out. That's not because why the Paladin got no blessing of protection. I mean, there's not much they can do about it. Sejiro joined in as another Arms Warrior. The 2 juggernauts out here. Sejiro, the Arms Warrior god. Actually, just a warrior god in general. Not really one spec or another. Carry playing up the Arms Warrior. That is going to Spear. Can't really go anywhere. Well, actually, hold on. He is able to walk away from Spear. Stormbolt onto Sejiro. Leaping back in. Trying to see if he can deny Carry any kind of healing. But both of them are the same class. Can you catch up to him? I don't think you can. Does get a charge around the corner, find himself the pixel of line of sight. Stormbolt to Carry. Is this enough to make some damage happen? Definitely can pop some bleeds on him. Fear. There's going to be a Zerka Rage out of Sejiro. Trying to avoid giving Carry anyways out of this one. Blaze Storm for Carry. Maybe going offensive. It looks like Carry was trying to figure out maybe Blaze Storm, but maybe walk away. Maybe I should chase up to Sejiro because I got a Blaze Storm. Maybe I back up. Looks like he's coming into the backup completely. Disarm to Carry. Maybe in a bit of trouble. Does try to see if he can leap away with Sejiro. Catch him back up to him with the Blaze Storm right after Carry. Got himself the Avatar. Spear versus, I think, Sejiro. Carry in trouble though. Sejiro with a parry right now. Not much Carry can really do. Does get himself a defensive stance. But I don't really know. Unless he got himself a heal. Rallying Craft for just a second. He needs a heal. Stormbolt and a heal. Sejiro has a Stormbolt back up. He could make a play. Is he just going to let Carry recover? There's no way he's going to let Carry start recovering, right? Oh, maybe he's waiting for that battle stance. Stormbolt for Stormbolt. Carry has a human racial for this one. Does catch up a little bit of healing. You still activate parry early on. Parry up right now. Battle stance. Trying to make a play. Blast up through Sejuro's defenses. Fear is going to be able to catch back up to him. Sejuro trying to see if he can walk away while the parry is up on the carry into a disarm right after. Carry does not have a way to break out of a stun for a while. Defensive stance. Trying to see if he can tank this up a little bit. Does he have anything left? Maybe a fear. Maybe he could use a fear. Blade Storm to follow. Got himself the avatar. That's going to activate a little bit of damage into a... Oh, does catch himself a bit of a heal off of that fear. Just to give himself a bit of a breather. Sejuro with the Stormbolt. Stormbolt to follow. That's going to have a trinket. Big... Oh, shattering his defenses. Both of the warriors playing to each other, man. Oh my god. The cooldown for cooldown. Trading on them was actually kind of fun to watch. Jesus is going to be up next as an Unholy Death. And Sejuro given an opportunity. Just actually kind of sort of given an opportunity to catch up a little bit of healing. But he's really under a ton of pressure. 40% dampening. He's going to have to get super hyper offensive, I think. There's no way to recover this. But looks like Jesus left him in an underwater position. He just stunned him, dropped down an army to surround him, chain of ice, walked away. There's nothing he can do. What is he going to do? Fight through the army of ghouls that don't really even matter in the grand scheme of things? It's just a rough place to be. Philo Staro is going to be up next. Philly up next is the Frost Mage, actually. I've seen a couple of Frost Mages joining these duels before. They actually could do really well. He is playing the build of Frost Mage with a pet, so I wonder if that gives him any kind of like inherent advantages. He's going to use that all the time in order to reposition away from Jesus. As Jesus just chipping away at the guy. Gonna be Philly swapping over and starting to Frostbolt at the main ghoul. This is gonna let him build up those icicles, which if he's playing the glacial build, that is gonna help him out quite a bit. Frostbomb versus Jesus, Ring of Fire is gonna trinket, trying to interrupt Philly on any kind of fire damage. But the frost damage should still be pretty good, especially if you can get a big shatter bonus onto Jesus. That ice bomb, frost bomb actually did quite a bit of work. Nova onto all these pets as it gets summoned up. Does Phil have any more damage follow? Just got instant cast, chipping away at the AMS, so Jesus actually able to break through it pretty easily with a Ray of Frost to follow, but only if he had himself some kind of like a root onto Jesus while he is channeling that Ray of Frost. Then he would be in a fantastic spot. Shifting power to follow, maybe can get some cooldowns. May have to go for a bit of a ice block potentially. Battle Mass Trick getting used up with the Ultra Time, so he's got himself plenty of good defense unless he gets stunned up. He's okay actually, he can still use that all the time, I think. But it's not have all the time. Ice block to follow as Jesus got himself the big dome down with an IBF. Gonna be Philly actually poking out of the ice block really early on, trying to see if he can take down Jesus right then and there. Dropping down the frozen orb with a blizzard Nova onto the pet. The Mages of the Dead casting at him, chipping away at his health. Does Philly have any more cast to work with, freezing that pet entirely? So at least he doesn't have to fight both the pet and the Death Knight. Stun with the Army of the Dead joined in, made to go for yet another ice block. Does he have a second one? Trying to see if he can buy himself a little bit of time, but he just couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it. With Kraken going to be the last one left over on the team one. Trying to see if he can fight through Jesus. Should be able to take him down, but the next competitor with a four-man team of Jesus, BD, Nim, and Yasha, I don't really know if he'll be able to do much. There's no way you outrun this man. There's no way you keep running this Furious Warrior, dude. There's no way. If you somehow make it out of your life, I'll be very, very impressed, Jesus. He's definitely trying to give it a good old shot, man. A good old college try. Krager no longer has his orc racial. He doesn't have his cooldown. Stormbolt as he gets gripped in by Jesus. Jesus with a trinket to follow. Krager looking for that execute. Trinket right after just to end them right there. He's got himself full base, so there's no way. He did commit a trinket though, so I don't really know. Maybe he should have just not done that. But maybe he was like, you know what? I feel like Jesus is going to do everything he can to win. I got to deny that. I got to deny him that victory. Reflect up for Krager, get himself a bit of a defensive stance. Blind by Yasha, trying to see if he can avoid Krager as best as he can. A final wreck down with a stun to follow, blasting him out. Oh, big damage. Oh, not much you can really do about that one. Well done though, well done. Carry with you, Jesus slowly calling it back for his team. Krager comes in. Some of the boys in team 2 didn't get a chance to play, but for the most part, everybody got a chance.